Hello guys, welcome back to the video. Today is day 31, season 2 Squid Game. So today, 2 androids in the capture shut up. The oil tank's now living there, probably being used up against the bit close to the cattle trailer, as it's kind of in the way of the mini bear. Pressure washer's going to be there, because they used to be probably by the house, basically. Obviously the oil tank's there. We could sort of closer to the house, out the way and not in the yard, and now where it is we can use that for parking or turning space, because where the oil tank was in the yard, it's barely touched, because it's just where everything's parked, and it's not really used much. So yeah, now it's out of the way there, got a bit more space in the yard if needed. And in the shed, the roller and dirt feeder in there. As you can see, I've got another coat, second coat on the sort of concrete there. So it looks a lot better, whereas before I painted it with a brush. This time I decided to spray paint it. So you can sort of see the difference from the gravel instead of it just being the plain table. Doesn't look the best because I don't have the concrete paste, but if I did I would have got that, but yeah, spray paint will do for now. Thompson's golf ball up there. She's not really been doing much to me, just been sat really. The yard scraper there. This little trailer here, you know from using the lawnmower or the quad. Farmers tracked it down from the other farm to here, and he is selling it as he feels like the lawnmower is always sort of on this, and he feels like it's the only reason he has it. He's only keeping it for the lawnmower basically, and the flatbed's not really getting used, so he's planning on getting ramps for the flatbed. It's both the quad. I mean, the quad could go in the sheep trailer, but the lawnmower can't with the deck without taking it off. So he's planning on getting ramps, which would then mean selling this trailer, so he'd have a bit of money there and he doesn't have to worry about this trailer or whatever. Because he's had to put some new lights on it because one of them cracked and one of them wasn't working, so he had to fix them. He's basically, the plan is he's going to take pictures and then he's going to decide if he's going to sell it or not. But it will be here until obviously he decides to sell it or keep it, and if he does keep it, it'll go back to the other farm. Yeah, that's the plan there with that. Duck's knocking about. T6080 here. Sat, not really doing much. And in the shed, mini baler, wrapper, baler, rake, mower, lawnmower and the quad all still part up, not doing much recently. There you go, some chickens knocking about. Then here we have Sam's son being obviously his tractor. To be fair, I probably don't have to mention it, it's probably obviously he's in this. And then in the sheep trailer under the cover, I don't know if you can see that there, but he's got some chickens in the back. So that's the brown chickens, as you can see they're not anywhere in the yard. So the farmer is taking these to the other farm, and that's where they're going to stay. So basically, the farmer's sort of trying to cut down on the sort of, I don't know, the sort of animals, I guess, because, you know, he doesn't mind having chickens, he actually kind of enjoys seeing them knocking around the yard or whatever, but it's quite, it's basically, he wants to keep a couple white hens, a couple brown hens, and then a cockerel with them, and obviously a black hen. She was just a random chick that, I can't remember what happened with the black hen. I think she just randomly appeared. I think it might have been a chick. He bought an egg, and basically incubated it, put it in the incubator, and then it became obviously a hen. But yeah, he mainly had them, so he's sort of trying to not sort of cut down by selling them, but cut down them in the yard. Because personally, he thinks these chickens here are enough. Obviously, he doesn't keep the chicks because he sells them on. Most of them are cockerels anyway. And he doesn't keep the ducklings because he thinks these ducks are enough, these chickens are enough. He doesn't need too many knocking around. And also, the cockerels are... They don't really mind each other, to be fair, considering there's two of them. But he doesn't want them to get aggressive. Because the farmer's son got attacked when he was younger by the brown cockerel, or a brown cockerel, sorry, when he went to feed them. And obviously he doesn't want the cockerels to end up fighting themselves, and then they potentially end up killing each other or any of the hens or any of the chicks out of sort of, I don't know, male sort of dominancy, I don't know, sort of fighting because of to be the top cockerel basically, and obviously he doesn't want anyone to get involved, like humans, and that obviously it's not going to really affect them that much, apart from a few scratches maybe. But yeah, so he's decided that he's going to take them to the other farm, and that's where they're going to stay. He is going to keep them. The other farm sort of needs it's kind of dead really, our side of the other farm, because it's right at the back of the farm. There's a shed, a bit of concrete, and then a bit of a sort of concrete wall that was made for silage pit, but that's where he keeps the bales if he needs it. But obviously he doesn't do as many bales now, and he keeps them here, so that's not needed anymore. But you know, it's getting quite overgrown, and it'd just be nice to have some chickens there really, just to keep the grass down and whatever. But yeah, he doesn't want to get rid of them. He just wants them to be knocking around there. He is gonna keep them in a coop overnight, and then he's gonna let them out. While the other farm are gonna let them out every morning, like they do with their chickens. Because the farmer doesn't want them wandering off, and he doesn't want them to be sort of mixing with the others, so which is fair enough. He wants them to sort of stay in that bit of the yard, so yeah, that's where they're going, because they don't really need a field. You know, they've got plenty of grass there, and they can wander into a field if needed. So farmer's son's taking them there, and he's got the sheep trailer there. Fruit bags, 616, 6 and here we have quite a surprise. We have an IS200. So this is a farmer's son's new car. It's already got plates on it. It's got no rim for it. It's got CB on it. He's gonna get a sticker across the window there, and that's probably what he's told me that's what he's gonna do. She's low, but not like completely low. The previous owners lowered it, but not fully. So she looks a lot smaller compared to the Golf, but she's not. She's just a bit lower. So yeah, so that's the farm's new car. He is, like I said, he's going to sell the Golf, but I don't know when that is. So she's just going to park up there now, waiting for. See what happens with her next, I guess. Telehandler, dump trailer, trailer, trailer. All the size kit parked up at the size gun and shoot up. Tails there. Now we've got the main man himself. And the T6175. The fence bed I've just been spreading on someone's size ground for me. Spreading the foot. Digger bucket's moved over here. Well, basically everything's moved over here. Just to create a bit more space near the pit. I think that's the sort of plan, to sort of park things along it, like attachments and the bucket and essentially the hurdles if needed, stuff like that. But yeah, you got got your usual kit, mini digger, the Diana bucket, because I don't know if you do know, but the bank sort of ends there to the entrance, and then it ends there and sort of goes along that way. So it's quite a big entrance. So obviously these stuff aren't going to be in the way because there's a bank there. You obviously just can't see it. In the sheep field, all the ewes are lamb boring, enjoying themselves. The farmer is planning on, obviously he still wants to get 2 tectals at some point. He's after 2 tectals from like fully proper tectals, nothing sort of mixed or anything. But for some reason he just can't find them in the area, and if he does, he always ends up sort of gone before he found them. So he's not in a rush. He's thinking what he's going to do is he's going to try and move it to the end of the year, see if anything pops up before he sort of, goes further away to try and find some just straight Texel, nothing else mixed in with it. So obviously that will replace 2 sheep in here. I don't know what, but I know he is taking out 2 sheep from this flock, and he's gonna chuck them over to the farm, as he wants to sort of boost the flock there, but also, when I say boost the flock, he's only got a couple of sheep to be fair. He's got about, I think, under 10, I don't really know. He's not got many, but he wants to sort of downsize this flock. He's getting a lot of land and it's hard to move around in the field and with the sheds and stuff. So he's planning on sort of cutting down the flock a bit as the field is getting busy, and he just doesn't think the grass can keep up with it. So that will be soon, I don't know when that is. So hopefully by the end of the year we'll potentially have 2 new sheep, but also 4 sheep out of this sort of flock. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then we've got all the cows and the bull enjoying themselves in their field. So yeah, a little bit going on today in the yard. And coming down the lane here, the junction, should I say, got the local man who's Scanian. He does obviously job with his low loader. And he's got a Dicipexis in mint condition, which I think it's hard to find in mint condition, to be fair. But yeah, so he's just basically, today is Friday. He's taken it to basically one of the local builders in the area, quite big. He's put an extension on his house, and he's putting on like tiles and that. And what he's decided to do is he's replacing the tiles on his roof currently and getting brand new ones on, not just on the extension but on his current house. So he's asked Scania to bring it to his house, because it is his from the site, and basically he's going to be doing that over the weekend, putting new tiles on the extension and his house, and then Scania man will pick it back up on the Monday, bring it back to the site. So that's what he's doing over the weekend. So yeah, this guy does odd jobs for like the dealership and stuff. Whoever needs it really. So yeah, just nice to see him out and about, still getting a couple more jobs. Obviously before, he didn't really have a low loader, didn't have his own trailer, he was just pulling trailers for people. Whereas now he's got his own trailer and he's doing jobs as well as just pulling trailers for people. So yeah, and I mean if she had some lights on the bottom, she'd look a bit nicer, but she doesn't look too bad so far. How big is the light? Can't really describe